Hello, hello, and thank you for tuning in. If you watched our premiere last Friday, you might have heard that I have COVID, and yes, I am still in quarantine currently. I'm going to be in here for another week or so. I am feeling a lot better, and I thank you for some of the comments of support I got in the comment section. I pretty much just spent the last couple of days sleeping, and when I came out of my makeshift coma, I gave myself a haircut, had a good meal, and actually sat down and looked at some of the news that I had kind of missed in between doing the post production work on the premiere episode last Friday and just sleeping. And what I found was perhaps one of the most, not one of the most, actually, probably the most shocking and fascistic speeches I have ever heard any president of the United States give. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the speech Joe Biden gave last Thursday evening, where he was talking about his vaccine mandate. I know I'm a little bit late to the game on this. Like I said, things have been thrown a little bit off with COVID and everything, and I apologize for that. But I really have to talk about this now. I will say there is one small saving grace when it comes to Joe Biden, because what Joe Biden does that's actually good, I think, is that he says the quiet part out loud, right? He says what the far leftists and the Democrats are actually thinking, what they actually want, right? Right? You see this all the time whenever he gets out there and starts talking about, oh, they didn't want me to take any questions, right? Oh, they gave me a list of reporters, right? He does crap like that all the time. He says the quiet part out loud, and that is exactly what he did in his speech last Thursday. Because what that speech did was say to the world, say to our country, the quiet part, which that this whole vaccine, I am not giving medical advice. But this whole vaccine thing to the Democrats was never about freedom or free choice. It was never about giving people the opportunity to protect themselves. What it was, as Joe Biden put it, was it's not about freedom. It's not about free choice. It's about we've been patient with you, but our patience is running out. We can't just let you walk around and be a danger to yourself. You're going to do what we tell you to do, or we're going to bash you over the head. That is the quiet part out loud. That is what Joe Biden said in his speech. And you know what? Good on him for being honest about it. Because he says that his patience is running out, that their patience is running out with the rest of America. Well, here's something, Joe. Our patience is running out too. And this vaccine mandate that you're pushing, this unconstitutional overgrab of power, that's not going to weaken anyone's resolve. It's going to strengthen it. You want to know why I'm doing this show? You want to know why people who like me only a year and a half ago had very little interest in politics, who had very little involvement in politics, are now starting to come out of the woodwork and starting to start businesses, start groups, right? Starting to branch out into entertainment, starting to branch out on the political spectrum, starting to run for office. You want to know why that is happening? It is not happening because you are not grabbing for power enough. It is because you and your ilk have been trying for a long time to tell other people how they should and shouldn't live their lives. And not just how they should and shouldn't, but you were telling them that you are going to run their lives for them, that you are better at it than they are. And that is not your right. And it's an absolute abomination. It's everything against what makes this country great. It's everything that separates us from every other nation that has ever existed or currently exists or will ever exist. It moves away from the fundamental principles that make us Americans. And that is something worth fighting for. That is something worth speaking out for. That is something worth risking your job, your reputation, your financial stability to stand up for and support and fight for. It's the principles that you don't give a damn about. It's the freedoms you don't give a damn about. It's the personal choice that you don't give a damn about. Because you are more than happy sitting in that ivory tower out there in D.C. and cherry picking whose rights you're going to honor and which ones you're not. You're more than happy shifting the blame on everyone other than yourself anytime you make a mistake. And it's sickening. It's absolutely sickening. And it's empowering too. It's empowering because that speech, that gives me the fire to get in front of this damn camera and do this show. And I know it's given a lot of other people the fire to do other important things too, to do their part, right? Because what I do might not be right for you, right? And what you do might not be right for me. We all have our individual talents, our individual skill sets that are unique opportunities to us to get involved into this situation. And make no mistake, there's no more sitting on the sidelines. When the President of the United States says that you will lose your job if you do not take what he is telling you to take, there is nobody who is allowed to sit on the sidelines anymore. Joe Biden made sure of that. And so I ask you, what side do you want to be on? What are you willing to risk in order to ensure your freedom and your children's freedom and the freedom that comes for the people after them? I know what I'm willing to risk. I made that choice a long time ago. You know, I started this show because I couldn't sit on the sidelines anymore. And because I couldn't stand to see this country that I love. And I do love it. I am proud to be an American. But I couldn't stand to see the things that make me proud to be an American, that make me proud of this country, to be systematically chiseled away by the very kinds of people who have been the worst kinds of people all throughout history. People who have no inhibitions about stepping on whoever they have to for their own benefit, who will throw you, their own mother, under the bus as long as it gets them a little closer to whatever it is that they desire, whatever selfish, petty thing they desire, be it money, be it power, be it fame or opportunity or control. And you know, when YouTube can say that regardless of your thoughts on the 2020 election, that if you espouse to have a certain opinion on that particular election, that they don't agree with it, that you will be banned. Banned. You're not allowed to have that belief. You're not allowed to even think that belief, let alone speak it. Yeah, I couldn't sit on the sidelines anymore, and I'm not going to. And a lot of other people, thanks to Joe Biden's little vaccine mandate, they're not going to be able to either. So thank you, Mr. President, for that. Thank you for that fuel. Thank you for that motivation. Thank you for strengthening our resolve instead of weakening it. Law-abiding, God-fearing, all patriotic Americans have been patient with you for a long time, but our patience is running out too. So thank you for saying the quiet part out loud. Anyways, this concludes one of our many weekly updates. Thank you for bearing with me. I just ask for if you're the praying sort, to please pray for me and pray that I get over this over this freaking COVID thing here pretty soon. Be nice. Yeah. Anyways, we will see you another time. Thank you for tuning in today. Science has proven that every subscription we get adds another wrinkle to AOC's face. So help age that scorpion woman out of office and subscribe to our channel today.